Radiant team back. Team back.
Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. We're back. It is time for a new season of League of Lads. It is Season 9. My name is Badger, and I'm joined by a new co-caster tonight. It is Season 7 League of Lads champions, Portland Burnsiders veteran, and 7K carry extraordinaire. It is KU. How are you this fine evening?
Fantastic. Ready for some casting.
All I know is tonight we've got a fun series ahead of us. It is Team Nara, captained by Flying and Nightmare on the Radiance team, taking on the Feast of US East, captained by Notorious on the Dire team. Two very different teams perception-wise. Obviously, Dire, full of Lads veterans. Radiant, generally full of newer players here.
Yeah. One thing I want to say, just starting off the draft, is I would also ban Huskar if I was Dire. It's this Flying Nightmare guy. Something I don't want to see playing against me. So I like that ban. Also like Radiance bans. That's just some broken heroes.
This is certainly an interesting start to the draft. If you're watching, say, DPC games, it's a little bit odd immediately, but it's Jakiro 5-pick into AA, Kunkka into Puck 8-pick right there.
10 seconds.
I don't know what this AA is about, and I don't know what Jakiro is about either. But I think Kunkka's a really great hero right now. You can flex it in 3 lanes as a core. Some psychos will play it as a support, but I don't think that's it. And then Breezy, this guy's Puck is really good. I think when I played against him last season, we first faced Puck Void Spirit banned because we thought he's really good on those heroes, but we weren't sure how much else he played. So I think the core picks make sense. The supports probably like just some comfort stuff. So I don't know how much to look into those.
Someone said they forgot the Huskar was banned. Like, wait a minute, we're block picking the AA to secure a Huskar, but wait, there's no Huskar. I guess it's kind of like one of those tired tropes. Like, all right, Flying Nightmare is playing the Huskar at this point, but I'm sure they're ready to never play it for the entire season, given that, once again, it's basically the entire reputation of Lads is this guy plays Huskar, so it's probably going to be banned every single game for the duration of the season.
Sure, at some point someone will be like, oh yeah, we'll just play against it, and then they'll auto lose, and then we'll never see it again. So I'd predict like maybe one game, the whole season, you might see it.
I'm being told by Birdman that the purple player Y0 is a old school Lads veteran back from Season 2, so this is a real old name for the old heads. Somebody that's far beyond my time, probably beyond your time as well in that case.
Oh yeah.
Dire team ban.
Yeah, I'm very happy Razor is being banned. I've seen a huge uptick in Razor picking recently, and I'm happy to see it banned. I am not in the mood to see some more Razor. Same with Ursa for that matter. There's been a lot of Ursa, and I'm happy to not see Ursa tonight.
Yeah, Ursa's cringe, but I'm a Razor fan. It's a cool hero.
Yeah.
I don't know why exactly they're banning it. I mean, it's a good hero, but I feel like Puck can be pretty okay at keeping the Razor down. And I think if it was a mid-Razor, Puck is like, fine against it. But, I mean, Razor and Ursa, they look like they're trying to protect their offlaner with these bans. Same with Radiant, Jug and Lifestealer. These are some carries that'll bully you out. So it seems like both teams are trying to protect their offlaners with these bans.
And we have the 4 supports selected. They're saying, you know what? we see this puck hero. Let's try to counter it out as hard as possible, and we'll get a Jakiro counter with it. It's this Nyx assassin pick.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of Nyx like in EU DPC. I mean, it's good, like especially against this co-op hero who hasn't been picked this game, but it's like everywhere, in like OD and stuff. And then a lot of times, if you pick co-op, the other team likes going puck, so Nyx is also great against puck, and we see it here. But one thing about this hero is its laning is like pretty trash. So you can sometimes abuse it. Like carries can have a good game. Sometimes it gets played as a 5 also, which I kind of like more since you can pair it with like a ranged hero, like Luna or something in the lane is a little bit better. But we'll see. I mean, I don't think it'll be a 5 this game, especially with AA.
Hey KU, I want you to go into your voice settings on Discord. Check out the input volume. I want you to crank that as high as possible.
Okay.
Go into voice and video in your personal Discord settings. Just crank that shit up. All the way to max. I've turned you up to max and it's still not loud enough.
Okay.
That actually did it, I think. That actually did it. It appears to be better.
It's old. I can start yelling, if that'll help.
Nah, that should be good enough. It's you probably turn it down by like 10% actually, now I think about it. I'm like checking the audio levels, like, alright, let's just adjust these things slightly, a little bit up, a little bit down.
Okay, what about now?
Yeah, that's good, that's good.
Alright, just tell me if I need to mess with it some more.
I think that might be perfect. I think if there, yeah, that's perfect for sure. It's doing a little bit of adjustments on my end, a little bit of adjustments on your end. I believe we have figured it out. It is a Wraith King pick though, with a Clockwork pick for the Feast of the USD, so it's a lot of very brawly heroes being selected, and notably, it's likely that the Dire team are saving their 23 pick for the Beast of the US East.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, with this Kunkka, it's like you never know what lane it's gonna be in, so if you save your offlaner, you might be able to figure out if you're dealing with a Kunkka carry, or like you might be able to get more insight. I also think Wraith King's probably one of the best carries right now, especially with this Armlet Deso Blink build. Do a lot of damage, you're very tanky, and your laning is good. So I think it's a solid pick. I mean, there's like the Nyx mana burn you have to watch out for, which like is kind of annoying, but the shard is good, so you should be alright.
I know for a long time, a lot of the criticisms of Wraith King is he had to either choose between going for the sort of greedier Radiance build or the more fight-heavy Armlet Deso Blink build, but Ice Frog add a cleave talent to Wraith King. So you throw in the cleave, you throw in the skeletons, and suddenly, without the Radiance, he's still one of the faster farming carries in the game.
Yeah, the cleave definitely was a nice change. It comes kind of late, but I mean, you can get there most games. I mean, pretty much every game on Wraith King, you should be getting there. Tide is like pretty good in the lane against Wraith King. Dire doesn't really have anything great against Tide. He can break coil, and the cogs are kind of annoying, but it should be a fine Tide game.
This is going to be actually... the good about these heroes is, if nothing else, these are very fun heroes to cast. There are a lot of really big teamfight abilities. I mean, Ravage, Boat, Coil. Some fun stuff ahead for us. I know we saw some really good Clockwork support earlier in the Quincy Crew Black and Yellow series, and I'm hoping that we can get a similar performance out of Jinx tonight, you know?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this Clockwork hero. I think it's when I play support, it's probably my favorite one. You just like run around, cause some chaos.
Yeah, we see a lot of supports nowadays. Just that sort of like chaos creating supports. I mean, Spirit Breaker, Weaver, Clockwork. We're seeing a rise of Tusk. A lot of chaos being produced once again out of the support position.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah. I mean, those heroes are all like fun, right? These support players are having a little too much fun these days. I think should they should tone it down. Play some boring heroes.
This is why I play Abaddon. You know, I'm a big fan of the nice orthodox Abaddon. No crazy running at the opponents. I got Aphotic Shield and Miscoil.
I'm curious what they'll pick here for their offlaner. Mars and Doom are banned. LC's banned. Breaker's banned.
They might go for the Tiny. I mean, they're big fans of the Tiny offlane in previous seasons, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're also fans of it in this season too.
I haven't seen I saw one game of carry Tiny in China, the DPC, but other than that, I've not seen very much Tiny recently. I don't know what other offlaners. I mean, like Mag, but I don't know. Ooh, Stalker. That's cool. I'm a little bit worried for his lane. Nice Stalker Clock could be pretty trash. Depending on what they pick here, they pick something to punish him in lane.
5 seconds remaining.
But if you can get out of the lane, you can get on the tide with your W. You can stop him from ravaging, which is cool. And the vision against the AA and the Snicks, pretty good.
And now at this point, it's like, all right, they need to select what we're assuming is a carrot selection. They don't have much time to do it at this point.
He's gonna pick TB.
It would be certainly interesting. I mean, you would pick TB for sure, but not everyone is UKU. Not everyone is as good of a Terrorblade player as you are.
TB, PA.
Or apparently Bloodseeker.
Your hero.
What? I mean,
Yes, the idea there is rupture Night Sucker, right?
Yeah, that's good. I mean, yeah, I think it's fine. I don't love Bloodseeker against Wraith King. Like, you both kind of just ignore each other. You don't really want to rupture him. You can just kind of walk it off. He has 2 lies. And in this game, you probably don't want to be rupturing him anyway. The Night Stalker is a great target to rupture. The lane should be... I think, the Bloodseeker should win his lane, but you don't really punish this guy as hard with AA as your support. Unless, I'm assuming it's AA5. Okay, Bloodseeker. They kind of have to, mess up to get caught in the AAQ and the Bloodseeker W. But it'll be interesting.
If you had to take your pick of either of the drafts, what would you go for here?
I think they're both fine. I think both can definitely win. I think a lot of this game is dependent on the mid matchup. I know I've seen Kunkka dumpster Puck, and I've also seen Puck do fine against Kunkka. And this guy's Puck's pretty good, so
it should be a real fun time in that sense. With the Puck.
Yeah. This Puck can just run away with this game. I think it's their only real lockdown is this Nyx. Or their catch for this guy is only Nyx. The other stuns are all pretty easy to dodge. You can dodge X Mark. You can dodge Bloodseeker and stuff. So I think this Puck actually has a pretty good chance to just run away with this game. So I'm gonna say I like Dyer's chances here, but we'll see.
If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 1 of Team Nara taking on the Feast of US East. Right now, both teams are running into each other. Flying Nightmare has been spotted by the Dire, and now they fight at the river. Dual Breath is there on all 5 heroes. In comes the Blood Right. In comes the damage on Nyx. Nyx will go down. First blood drawn by Jinx. But will there be vengeance? Yes, there will. Clock is low. Clock will go down. 1 for 1 so far. Now Tide gets run down. He goes down. Now Dire. They move to Mr. Lens on the Kunkka. Kunkka is low. Blood Right once again will hit onto a number of heroes. But it will be Kunkka still going down. 3 kills for the Dire. And what a great start to the game. 4 kills. Brehorn.
Yeah, so my prediction was right. This Dire draft is insane.
It's all that matters on those pre-horn first bloods. That's where the fun is at.
I think, I mean, Puck didn't get any kills, which kind of sucks. I think kills on mid are like the most impactful during first blood, but you know, Dire still comes out on top here.
It's actually interesting seeing how this lane's being approached right now by Mr. Lens. Because he went Torrent for the rune fight, it's a somewhat different looking Kunkka Puck lane than ordinarily would be with Tidebringer.
Yeah, it's actually something weird. I don't know if I've ever even seen this.
Breezy R is enjoying the opportunity, just manning up and hitting Kunku. Ordinarily is one of the tankier middle laners in Dota.
Yeah, these guys are brawling.
If you are a
this
fan of brawls, it's where it's at right now.
I mean, this Bloodseeker is pretty fast. This Puck's gonna be on low HP for like the first 2 minutes of this game. So this might give bottom a little bit of a boost. Bloodseeker might be able to get in some extra right clicks with his move speed and stuff. Could make a difference. So little things that count.
So far, it has been relatively even in the bottom lane, though, despite the move speed advantage. It's Nightstalker and Bloodseeker, relatively even CS. Flying Nightmare, not too far ahead of the Nightstalker so far. We are seeing Philly and Jinx in the man fight, but Jinx, with the batteries all active, will walk away from that one. And top lane Nier is very low right now. He turns on the Sniz, though. Impale comes into it with the Zeron too. Now Nier turns to Nyx. Stun is up in 11 seconds, so it won't be for a long time. Gush comes in. Nier drops low. Stick popped. Who dies? It's Nier. Going down. Now Notorious turns with Dual Breath, missing the Nyx. So it's now 2 kills on the board for the Radiant side, picking up the first post-horn kill of the game.
Yeah, this Tide Hero is pretty great against Wraith King in the lane. Like, your Anchor Smash reduces his damage when he crits. Like, it's a lot of reduction, and then you don't really care about his skeletons. And Gush against a low armor strength hero. So, even though there is a Nyx support, like Radiant should be fine in this top lane, at least for now. And the kill definitely helps.
Well, we are back to relatively stable lanes right now. It is minute 3, and there's no really kill attempt going on in any of the lanes quite yet. Though top lane, perhaps, it is Nyx tanking Dual Breath, but he is going to be fine for now. But are we looking at any key rotations coming up soon, or should we be expecting more of a stable, static sort of lane situation?
The 4-minute runes, I think if Puck gets help here, it's pretty good for the Puck. He actually orbed over to the Kunkka's bounty rune, and he snatched it, so he's like having a lot more regen here. Looks like Clock is contesting bottom, but I'm not sure if Kunkka will grab the top rune here. Clock might just run all the way. Yeah, Kunkka's gonna be fine. Looks like he's having a pretty good game. He's up on CS. About like 5 maybe after this wave.
He's having a really good, which is actually a little surprising given there was no Tidebringer level 1, but he has been owning this middle lane, so apparently Those who had faith in this middle lane player, Mr. Lens, they're being rewarded right now. He is playing relatively well against traditionally one of the better middle laners in Labs. Over the bottom, meanwhile, Cogs are there on a Flying Nightmare who's still in the end fight. Flying Nightmare low, Jinx low. Will anyone die though? It appears to be no. So simply a bit of brawling going on in the bottom lane. No deaths quite yet though. And then back to top again is Nier doing his best to farm, though Tide is also farming. Actually, not that well. We mentioned how the Tide is pretty well in this Wraith King lane, but he's currently lowest in CS right now as far as any of the cores go.
Yeah, I think that's...
Well, it is nighttime. Flying Nightmare will Blood Right and stick up, trying to run away. Meanwhile, top lane, they're going in for Nier. Back to bottom lane, no. The BCVOS East goes in for Ancient Apparition. Back to top lane again. They commit in for Nier, who's half HP. Nier will attempt to turn. Impale comes in. Wraith King is low. Try to man fight and stun on the Tide Hunter. Once again, continues forward, but cannot die. So nobody dies in either of the lanes. Multiple large brawls in top and bottom, but nobody is in the grave.
I'm actually kind of concerned for Radiant right now. This Night Stalker is like top of the CS chart. It just turned nighttime, which that's not really a great sign usually. Especially if you have last pick for your safe lane. You kind of want to bully this guy, I think. He might need to get ganked at some point, but I don't know, it's kind of hard for Kunkka to gank him at night, so it seems like this Night Stalker is going to be having a great game.
And he's going for a kill right now on Philly in the bot lane. Cold Feet will not proc, so A's life should be forfeited in the near future. I believe 2 more hits will do it. Yep, 2 more hits. Down goes Philly. That is a second kill. 2 kills, 0 deaths, 2 assists for the Beast of US East, and he's got 3.5 more minutes of nighttime still. He's ready to go. Over to mid lane, meanwhile, it is Xmark, Boat, attempted on Puck. In comes Jinx, though, on the rotation. Mr. Lens will turn, Torrent used, and it's on clock. Now it's Kunkka still on the run. In comes AA at the TP. So Philly backs up Mr. Lens. 2 heroes committed by both teams, but no deaths in the middle lane. Next rotations. Back to bottom, though, it is the Beast of US East attempting on Flying Nightmare, it appears. He can go for the dive if he wants to. He has Dark Ascension, but does not dive. Over to top lane, meanwhile, they go in for Notorious. Never mind, no, they don't. Thought they might do that. But it's instead Jinx turning out the Tide Hunter. It's a TP in by, I believe that is Kunkka, arriving to fight. Impale hits on Jinx, Tide low, Jinx low. Who will die is Jinx. Going down, though, trade for the Tide Hunter. Great rotation there by Jinx.
Yeah, it's actually really, really nice for this clock. Just runs all the way to top, kills the offlaner, and they bait 4 heroes here. I think Bloodseeker, his skill build, he has 3 points in W, level 5, 1 in Q. I don't know if I've ever seen this actually. It's I know in offlane, like, people put a lot of points in Blood Right, but he doesn't even have setup for it in his lane, so I don't really know how I feel about this. It helps holding the tower, like pushing the Night Stalker away, I guess. It's harder to get though.
Top lane, we are going to see Jakiro going down here. Yep, that is more than enough damage via 2 top lanes. You know, bottom lane, though, they're diving for Flying Nightmare. Ascension is popped. Jinx has arrived. Cogs not used, perhaps not needed. Rupture hits on the Beast, and they're still diving. Flying Nightmare is spotted. Will go down. A 3rd kill for the Beast of USD. His courier will dive. A courier not needed, apparently. We're top lane. Meanwhile, it's Breezy R going in for a bit of a wild play in the 1v3. He just dies there. Over to... What the heck? Jinx just dies the tower then. Okay then.
Stuck. Blocked by creeps.
There's some wild stuff happening right now in this Dota game in terms of just dying of towers, and this is wild Dota.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, this Bloodseeker died bottom because of this rotation clock made all the way to the top earlier. Like, he dragged 4 heroes, and this Bloodseeker's left all alone. So it's not great for the Bloodseekers game, but they get top tower, and the Puck also died at the same time, so, you know, the Puck seems like he's struggling a little bit. He's 3rd on net worth, so it's not too terrible. but
Kunkka's going for the big play in the dire side jungle, but instead runs away from Notorious and Near. Perhaps he thought he could find the 1v1, but instead found the 1v2 and was forced to walk away into bot lane. Tide. He's going to die. Oh, I figured out how Puck died. Ravage is used.
yeah.
That's how Puck died. I figured if Puck in the 1v3 probably shouldn't die. They'd probably like Carapace and the Ravage would do it.
Something like that. This Tide is actually pretty sad. This Night Stalker's having a great game. And one thing that Radiant has going for them is this Kunkka is really fat. Looks like he's going Orchid. This is one way Kunkka can actually catch Puck. So I think that can be good. It means his BKB is delayed though, which Dire might be able to punish him for. They're
Big
making
kill
a
if I
play
can
on
find
bottom.
it. It is the Impale. Actually missed. X-Mark Bolt Torrent, though, will hit. Night Stalker will try to run away, but it will not work. He goes down there, and that's 2v4. Fantastic kill there for the Radiant. They recognized Night Stalker was big and problematic, and they bring him down.
Yeah, this is good play from the Kunkka. He didn't invis rune and he ported. This guy's owning.
Hookshot from Jinx hits on Snizz's Nyx Assassin. Impale with the clock, but it will be a death there on the Nyx. Basically solo killed there by Jinx. However, Radiant will attempt onto this bottom tier 1 tower. They have their siege unit pushing it in right now. The Beast will TP in and has Dark Ascension, but this will be a hard defense. Tower's already half HP. In comes Notorious and Jinx on the rendezvous. Ascension popped. They head for Tide, who has Ravage again, though, and now Ice Blast comes in, will hit onto the Beast of US East. Ravage down to 4 heroes! It's a 4-man Ravage, and now Breeziar, who's TP'd in, tries to orb on through, finds the back lines, but he's already been ruptured, and now Ice Path comes in onto AA low, Impale in, Breeziar down, and now it's Tide. Still a man fighting, now goes down, 1-for-1 trade, but Near, he arrives too, X-Mark keeps him back, but the Beast is on the back lines, bringing down AA, Dire, die for more, nighttime is over, but Radiant are still trying to run. Impale hits on Notorious. Jinx looks to fight. Once again has Hookshot, but now backs away. But the Sniz, he's invis with Vendetta. Sentry is dropped. X-Mark, Boat, both committed. Ice Path misses. Jinx is low, down to half HP. Near tries to man fight. Hookshot comes in. Notorious low. Wraith Fire Blast comes in. Sniz, he's in the cog. Radiant, they're responding into the fight. Impale comes in. Nyx clock, both incredibly low. Nyx down. Wraith King, incredibly low. Reincarnate, level 1, will be popped, and now it is Near running away from the danger. Jinx goes down. Near, he's in the 1v4. Gush will slow. Ice Blast once again, it's up. Wraith King, he will die under his tier 1 tower. Being dove in the 1v4, he dies. Absolute chaos in the bottom lane.
This game is crazy.
Now Breeziar, he is around a lot of different heroes right now. He's going in! He's committing in for Bloodseeker. This man's an absolute madman fighting. Once again, the 1v3. Cold Feet is there. In comes Rupture Coil. It's there on the 3 of the heroes, I believe, but it's Breeziar.
Oh, no.
Completely caught out and perhaps trying to be the hero finds himself the GOAT. He's dead right now. And they'll parlay that one into an X-Mark play onto Jinx. Jinx will get stunned by the Cold Feet. It is, yeah, it will be Cold Feet, the Gush, the right clicks, more than to bring down Jinx there. That is a lot of feeding right now going on the Dire side.
Yeah, this Bloodseeker got a lot of space there. Got a lot of damage from the mid tower, and then he showed up to the fight. And after Night Stalker's ult ran out, Radiant just kind of ran the train on him.
Well, they're once again trying to. This is a hard defense right here. And Breeziar's been impaled. Ice Blast comes in. Breeziar just dies again.
Oh my!
Wait,
what did I say? What was my prediction?
Know.
Radiant's gonna own?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Over the
Too many
top
stuns for this Puck.
It's a Dark Ascension used by the Beast to bring down Flight Knight. My Ravage is the return. Rupture used as well. The Beast should go down here eventually. But as that happens in middle lane, Kunkka and Nyx win it from Notorious, so it's a 2-for-1 trade across the map with the Kunkka aiding in that Jakiro kill. So that's, yeah, I guess we were feeling real good for the Dire like 5 minutes ago, but now it's feeling real bad nowadays.
Yeah, it's looking a little rough. It's alright though. They still got Near. He's He's farming. It looks like he's going Silver Edge on Wraith King. At least that's what he has queued right now. It's okay if they're trying to burst Tide, I guess. I think,
Top lane. Oh no, Breezy R, not again.
He has an Orchid on Kunkka.
X Mark, Orchid, Ice Blast, Breezy R. He will once again go down, and Dire attempt to turn with the Ice Path and Dual Breath, but it's just too late. Their puck is dead for a 5th time this game, and Breezy R. He is known as a feast or famine player, but he is just famine right now, and Radiant look for more. It's Torrent missing, but X Mark hitting onto Notorious. Hookshot comes in onto Dire. Arcturity Mark comes in onto 4. Impale's there on 2, though, and now Dire. Radiant, they're both low. Who will die here? Tide goes out the battery assault as Dire. Look for Kunkka, who's on the run. They need this kill. Boat will attempt to turn. Dual Breath will miss. Wow. Meanwhile, the Beast heads for Ancient Apparition. Impale hits on the Beast goes down, and Kunkka dodges everything. 1-for-1 trade, both offlaners going down, as meanwhile, bottom lane, Breezy R's there as well, heading on in for Flying Nightmare. Coil was already used, so Flying Nightmare with that extra movement speed from the very low heroes will walk away from the melee, unless Breezy R just... he will not jump into that one.
This game is insane, actually. I don't know what's happening.
It's another kill, middle lane on Jinx, Orchid, Torrent, X Mark. Mana burn more than enough, and Jinx dies to that afterburn from the Orchid expiring. That is another death, the 30th kill of the game at minute 16. We're at a 2 kill per minute game.
This Kunkka's owning. He's actually like owning every fight. He has an Orchid. It's pretty hard for this puck to play.
In comes one more kill. It is Jakiro in the middle of 3 Radiant heroes. Impale hits, Cold Feet is there. Notorious will go down, but it's Dark Ascension has the return, killing Philly. 1-for-1 trade, both 5 supports going down. Now it's the Beast trying to run at Mr. Lens, but with the X Mark and the Haste Rune. It's a hard kill there. Radiant get the D word, but Dire are still fighting. They want the Nyx, but he has been dusted. He has been caught. Ravage will be there to 3 heroes once again, and now Radiant, they turn. Bloodright Meteor Hammer come in. The Beast is low. The Beast goes down. Now Boat is missed, but Radiant see Breezy R. Coil, it's there on 3. All 3 immediately snap it, and they pursue, looking for the puck. The Torrent off the mark. Breezy R jaunts away. So this time the puck will escape, but another team fight loss by the Dire team.
Yeah, they used the Night Stalker ult. They ended up not really getting anything. This game is looking pretty rough for Dire. Wraith King still... he's still farm though. Still a king.
And there's been a number of games where you've been in where you're playing carry from like 4 or 5k as a team behind, but you need to make the comeback. Well, what would you make if you were a carry player trying to win this game right now on the Dire side?
I mean, I just keep hitting my creeps. That's all I can do. Maybe make some plays. Like, the fights are really hard for Dire right now. I mean, when, like, Ravage is on cooldown, and you have Night Stalker ult, like, maybe you can kill these supports and snowball a good fight from there. It's kind of what you have to aim for, I think, on Dire. And just, like, splitting like they're doing right now. I think this is good, too. They're pushing in bottom. Puck's maybe getting Yules or Blink. They're killing mid tower.
It will be a tower trade, one that the Radiant will benefit from, given it's a tier 1 for tier 2 trade.
Yeah.
But Dire, they'll take what they can get at this point. They will take whatever they can get.
I mean, it's pretty trash losing your tier 2 here, but it's like, you know, you can't really get a better trade at this point, so yep, take it. Radiant is smoked. They Ravage in 20, but I don't think they have to force anything. Like, they almost have BKB on Seeker and Kunkka, and this game is going to be really, really hard for Dire. Like, in this next 5 minutes of day, if they mess up this Night Stalker ult, like, they might just lose Roche and lose other tier 2s. It's gonna be really scary. If they're able to like cast this Night Stalker ult, like kill some supports and like slow down Radiant's train, like
Speaking of killing supports, it's Jakiro dying mid lane, the X-Mark combo, more than enough. Ice Blast came in as well. It's another death there on the Dire side. The fourth of the game for Notorious, and now Radiance. And so you know what? We like getting that middle tier, or that top tier 2 tower. We're going to begin sieging the middle tier 2 tower, albeit Dire, with Breezy R's Puck, have cut the wave middle lane.
yeah, this is really good by this Puck. Like this is what you need to do in this game right now. Like just do some annoying wave cutting stuff, just whatever you can get away with. DD on Race King.
Hookshot is in, hitting onto Kunkka. The DD Wraith King attempts to hit. Tide has arrived. Ravage, it's still up. Kunkka is coiled, is broken,
he broke it?
But can Dire kill him? Ice Path comes in. Kunkka is alone. Kunkka will die. Now Tide. He's in the 1v5. Has Ravage, but can he even fight? The answer is no.
Nice.
He has been crit down, and Dire, with 2 kills, hit for a third. They find Ancient Apparition. They bring him down easily. And what a massive game there for the Dire team.
Yeah, so this is the kind of thing you need with this Night Stalker ult. You like make some chaos, you split some waves, like you get a lucky DD, and then you're able to get some kills. And Kunkka's BKB is like 500 off, and Bloodseeker just actually Bloodseeker's died on his courier.
When Breezy R was cutting the wave earlier, he grabbed the courier with that BKB recipe on it, and now Radiant, without BKBs, are seeding Roshan. Nyx is there. Will he get it though? Radiance.
They have a sentry?
Yeah, the Nyx has been caught. He's been stunned. He's just dead. He went for the hero play and it did not work. He just goes to Breezy R in the Puck now.
Yo, the Kunkka ported in. Doesn't look like they're gonna catch him. I mean, this is like best case scenario for Dire. Like, it's actually insane how much this like saves their game. Like, they don't even have to do anything with this Aegis. Like, they can just keep splitting and, like, doing the same kind of stuff. It's just Radiant's BKBs are delayed by a few minutes, and they're getting closer to the next nighttime. And BKB on Night Stalker, he just got it.
And perhaps this is where having the lads veterans comes in handy. These are players that are used to this environments. They have played many a season, and now in the key middle game teamfight engagements, they are really winning so far with the one engagement that has happened in that stage of the game. And now with that Aegis up for, that's nearly 4 minutes. They have plenty of time to work with to just buy some more items and split the map. And as mentioned earlier, Dire, they're doing a great job of splitting the map. They're bringing in this bottom lane. They brought in the top lane earlier, and they're keeping Radiant confined to a very small area of the map adjacent to their tri-camp. Nier's Invis, though, appears to not find anyone but Flying Nightmare. That's a hard kill if he wants to go for it. Actually, there it is. X-Mark onto the Bloodseeker, keeping him stunned. That's some fascinating play going on there. And now Nier is once again Invis, engaging upon him. Looks out from long range, hits on Kunkka. Kunkka will walk away for now as Nier finds Tide. Tide has been caught, has no man for Ravage, now pops his wand. Dire, commit in, Rupture is there on Night Stalker. Both teams BKB. Coil, it's in the backlines on 2, is Tide and AA in the backlines. Flying Nightmare tries the man fight, helping to save against the Puck. The Puck is still going. Philly goes down, trade for the Aegis. Beast goes down to Rupture damage, and now Dire dive for the Tide. Tide did not get Ravage off, and now Tide is dead. Breezy R once again is there, back on silencing on 2 as Meteor Hammer is used on Nier. Breezy R low, Nier reincarnating. Breezy R will attempt to get away as Dire pursue under the tower. Kunkka goes down. Sniz on the Nyx is being dove heavily as well. It's a 4 for 2 engagements if you count the Aegis expiring. But Dire, they certainly win it.
Yeah, great fight for Dire. Nier, he broke the Wraith King twice in that fight, I think. He hit him with the Silver Edge and he stunned him. Or, he broke the Tide, excuse me. The Tide wasn't able to Ravage, which really helped. Even with the 2 BKBs on Radiant, they weren't able to win the fight.
That's really, I mean, This Tide being broken is a really big deal in the fights, because if Tide cannot get the Ravage off, then Radiant don't really have the best team fight tools in the world. I mean, I guess they have like Boat and Impale, but they really need this Ravage to be there.
Yeah, I mean, we see why you pick Bloodseeker against Night Stalker, right? He's getting ruptured in these fights, and the Night Stalker is dying, but no one else really died there on Dire, so Dire still comes out on top. Night Stalker makes it really like a lot easier to team fight when he clicks his ult, right? Like, it's easy for this puck to find the supports.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen multiple fights now. Dire have really committed heavily into being in the backlines, aided both by the vision from the Beast of US East, but also this balls to the wall sort of commitment by Breezy Art as blink in the back lines. And Radiant, they smoked his 5, but I believe the Nyx popped it on Near, but I'm not sure if he knew the smoke was popped. They head to the Tri-Camp. The Tri-Camp has been vacated. They'll now run to the Breezy Art. Breezy Art will coil on 2. He knows they're there. Ice Path comes in. On Kunkka. The Beast ascends. Dire commit in. Hookshot. It's once again there on Kunkka. Ice Blast comes in, but only hits on Jinx. And now, Clockwork will die. But what will be the trade? The trade so far is Nyx. In comes Near. Invis looking for Tide. The brick is once again there as Puck gets silenced by the Orchid. Puck low, but still alive. Will phase shift as Tide is isolated down as well. Ravage comes down to 3 heroes as Breezy R blinks away to the side. Now Breezy R tries to escape. Flying Nightmare is pursuing, and he's just too fast. Or perhaps not. Nah, he's too fast. Back over to Tide, meanwhile. It's Ice Path coming in at the Kunkka. Kunkka goes down as Tide walks away. Now the Ascension is still hitting. Going for Ancient Outburst. Ancient Outburst, and Philly is on the run as Dire run him down. Bloodright will silence onto Near.
BKB.
The Beast goes down, and Dire are still pursuing for the AA kill. AA at long last goes down as BKB is used the Flying Nightmare to bash up Notorious. Flying Nightmare. He has 3 kills and now looks for a 4th. Near has a low ability to fight. His Reincarnate, though, is still up. The bash once again comes in. Now, it's Reincarnate popped and Radiance
they don't have
in
any
the
reveal?
Oh,
he's walking into a sentry.
Alright, then no reveal for it now. Gush is there. Near will TP. Is it in time? No, it is not the Basher.
Damn.
Radiant, they've won the fight now.
Yeah, that was crazy. This Bloodseeker was just chasing the puck, and he never had to pop his BKB. So when he ran back to the fight later, he still had BKB, and he was able to just clean up.
This middle tier 2 is really not long for life right now. And this Rupture, it's proven to be... We keep mentioning it, but it's been a major issue for the Night Stalker in the team fight, where we saw the Beast initially, at the onset of the fight, was ruptured, and had to simply walk away, but in walking away, he took so much damage. So his ability to fight is just so minimized now.
Yeah. He almost has Blink on Night Stalker, which... It won't necessarily help against the Rupture, but... you can start the fight more cleanly, you know, jump on the supports with this Stalker.
Hook shot from long range on Nyx. Nyx, yeah, he's very dead. Even the overcharge comes in from Nyx for that second hook shot. But it might be a trade for that bottom tier 2 tower.
I mean, Radiant is... It seems like they're doing well again. They had a few hiccups along the way, but... Seems like they're back on track. They don't have Ravage, though, so Near's just running in.
Big bad Near. He's hunting, and somehow... Okay, now he'll see the AA. Wraith Fire Blast into the... Ooh, that's a lot of damage to that crit, and it will be a death there on Philly. For the rest of the Radiant, though, they will retreat. I believe they will get away here. I don't think Kunkka gets caught, unless... Nah, he will not get caught here. Wait, he's staying and farming!
They have Hookshot if he give you TPs.
Well, the Void comes in, Mr. Lens. He is now in the middle of a do-si-do with the Dire team. Coil comes in, Kunkka will pop it. Ascension is there as the Beast hunts for the Nyx. Hookshot comes in onto Kunkka. Kunkka is low, and now Mr. Lens will BKB. Sniz goes down. Bash is there on the Beast. The Beast will go down, but Dire pursue 4 more. And it's now Kunkka and Bloodseeker with no BKBs being pursued by Breezy R. Tide has Ravage hitting onto 2. Puck is dead. Ancient Apparition buys back in near with 2 lives, tries to man fight. Notorious is low. Ice Blast comes in, hitting Jakiro. Jakiro goes down as near. Will attempt to get away, but his invis will not work. He has been hit by Thirst. Jinx accepts the inevitable. He will TP away. Near is bashed. Near will die twice in this fight now, and perhaps bringing down one with him.
Great.
Perhaps not. It's another major team fight win there for the Radiant team.
Brave, but
Yeah. I actually thought they might be able to burst this Kunkka. He broke coil without BKBing. He was stunned, and the clockwork hooked in, and he overclocked, but he didn't have enough mana to hook again, and they weren't able to burst him. And the Tide was able to run over from top.
I mean, could they have prioritized more heavily into killing the Kunkka there? 'Cause I feel like they could have probably used more on him.
Might have. Yeah. I think Wraith King got like a little sidetracked. I think. Also, one thing that happened at the end was Wraith King was trying to run away. He turned off his armlet and shadowbladed, but he was low HP, and turning off his armlet actually gave them thirst vision, even though he was invis, and they were able to catch him. They didn't have a sentry on the 3 guys who were chasing, which is just a little funny thing.
That's one of those what can you do moments. Either you turn off the armlet, or Metterline hookshots there on Nyx's bottom lane. Orb comes in from Breezy. Ice Path hits as well. Nyx will now die to that second hookshot as Dire pursued for a second kill. Nearly broke the timer as the remainder of his team smoke up to find more. Flying Nightmare has been pinged out. Dire want him as Tide has been stunned by Near. In comes Breezy Art, the coil layer onto Rupture. Hits onto the puck though, so now Night Stalker at long last can play the team fights. Philly goes down. Flying Nightmare, BKB and TP. Puck is the trade, but Dire pursue 4 more. It's a 4v2 currently. Radiant, they're on the run. Tide has been stunned. Torrent hits on Near, but Tide will eventually die here. There's simply too many heroes. Perhaps not. Tide is simply too tanky, and now Dire are diving to tier 2. The Beast has BKB and Ascended, looking for more. They're looking out for Flying Nightmare, who's caught in the cogs of Jinx and will go down as well, and now it's Mr. Lens trying to escape under tier 3. Torrent will hit, but Dire pursue for more. Ice Path misses. Nyx responds. They dive. They kill. They head now for Shiz. Flying Nightmare buys back. Reincarnate popped. Jinx
So
dead.
fast.
Beast low. Beast dead. Shiz is now on the run and Near. He only has 1 life. A Flying Nightmare wants to pursue, but he cannot. Very expensive dive there for the Dire team, but still a team fight win for them.
Bloodseeker did buy back. I mean, it's worth it. Like, you got a lot of gold, I think, a lot of levels, but it does give Dire kind of a win condition. They kill him, he's dead super long. I mean, these fights are crazy. It's a really fun game, actually, to watch. Bloodseeker might...
I mean, absolute chaos. You see about Bloodseeker?
He can solo it, but he's not... He might. Okay, I think he's gonna...
He's opted
They did
for
scan
it.
on Dire. They know he's in. I think.
And they have the illusions as well, scouting it out, so there will be no sneaking of the Roshan anymore, and even Nier's illusions are beginning to hit the Roshan now.
He has an Axe on Nyx, which is pretty... I mean, it's very annoying. It's one of the most annoying things in Dota, I think.
Without a doubt, I mean, Roshan remains half HP. Ice Path scouts again. Both
10
teams,
seconds on an assault.
they're committing. Hookshot's now there on Ancient Apparition. They'll commit on him, bringing down Philly. Impale hits on clock, but Dire have ascended. They head for Tide, who has a Ravage available. Coil hits on 2. Ice Path misses. Dire, they once again look for the heroes in the coil. The Beast will BKB and blink in. They want Tide. Tide, he's silenced and Tide, he's dead. Now X-Mark will be there on Jakiro. They will bring him down, but Radiant are running out of heroes. Notorious buys back as Wraith King stuns onto the Nyx. Nyx has walked out of detection apparently as Dire Sheen set pursuit for Flying Nightmare. The Flying Vision is there. They find Bloodseeker and Bloodseeker goes down. 3 kills and a dieback on Flying Nightmare.
Okay, they're gonna rush. And a DD. I think they
very
can probably
fortunate.
get Rex. I think they'll get one set here.
And given
No buyback
they
on
know it's a dieback, they've got plenty of time. The ice blast will damage, but I'm sure they don't care that much. They're content to just run it down the middle lane, grab tier 2 tower, grab tier 3 tower, grab barracks.
I think they catch him. Oh my god, the crit.
It was a crit, but not quite enough to bring down any heroes, nor the creep wave, so it is tier 2 dead. Radiance still on the defense, though there's only one ranged creep remaining, so Near, I think he's considering walking up, but the Reincarnate, it is tenuous at best right now. Wraith Fire Blast comes on in as well there onto his Jinx hook shots in for the Tide. Once again, his hook is locked down for the duration of the fight. Silence from Night Sucker and Tide will have no Ravage.
Buyback.
Once again, Boat comes in, hits on Near, but Dire pursue. They bring down Ancient Apparition, who too has no buyback. Breezyar will phase shift, attempting a trade as the Reincarnate is popped on Near, and now it is Breezyar going down as Near blinks away from the Impale, and Dire,
Oh no.
they lost their puck. So I think they lost 2 lives on Near there. So now it's Jinx tanking the X-Mark and the Torrent combination. Orchid is there as well, but Dire look to protect their clockwork. Nyx with the Impale, though, is on the high ground, and Radiant are... Sorry, Dire are aware of that fact. So they know where he is. Impale hits on the beast now. In comes X-Mark. Kunkka will attempt to kill the wave, and he will succeed. Wraith King hits, but the deed has been done. The push is dead.
Wow. I mean, great defense by Radiant, I guess. I thought they would lose a lot more. Dire kind of went ham. They killed the Tide, which was cool, but they went a little bit too deep. One thing, I think they gave this shard, this Ag's shard, to Jakiro. I think, I mean, Jakiro shard is good, but I think Night Stalker shard is pretty good this game. If you get ruptured in the fight, you're running around. If you are able to eat a creep and like heal half your HP, I think it could matter a lot. I hope he buys it, like, at some point. He got a Linken's instead, which maybe he won't get ruptured, so maybe it won't matter as much. But I think shard on Night Stalker is pretty underrated, I'd say.
I guess they didn't have that many shard options. They chose Jakiro over the Night Stalker, which you generally
I mean, it's
see.
fine, I think. But
well, both teams
just
have
something to
smoked,
think
and
about.
both teams
Smokes.
smoked have popped, and here we go. Impale's there on Jakiro. Ravage will be down to 3 heroes. It's finally there at long last. Notorious and Jinx, both dead as Near gets run down and bashed. Ancient Apparition will be the trade, and Near actually gets away with the Silver Edge, and now it's Puck messing around the Radiant. He will orb away, perhaps in time. Yes, it will be in time. Meanwhile, back over to the Beast. He is headed in for Nyx. He BKBs and ascends. He certainly will bring down the Nyx and walk away. Can he get away, though? The answer is yes. And they want more. They still want the fight. Near is Invis looking to break the Tide once again. The stun comes in. The BKBs are popped, and Tide's already dead. Now, the coil on all 3 is huge. BKBs from both teams look to fight. Near is low. Near has a Reincarnate. The Beast goes down, but Breezyar and Near still fight. They stun into the Kunkka. Kunkka is low. Kunkka will go down. Flood Nightmare TP, but no, it's canceled by the Yules. What a huge war from the Dire, and now Bloodseeker. He's stunned again. He'll go down. Radiance, they have fought so well for so many fights. But at minute 38, they have absolutely collapsed, and their base is under severe danger.
I think Puck should catch the top wave right now. We can maybe get 2 sets. Or
They find Ancient Apparition. They're diving all the way to the fountain. No
I mean,
buyback.
I might just go Throne. I don't know. Like Bloodseeker, no buyback. Or someone should catch top wave. I mean, who bought back? Night Stalker bought back.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Jakiro
That fight was
earlier, but I
crazy.
think that was in the last fight.
You finally saw a Ravage. Feels like they kept jumping the Tide, but he finally got his off.
And you call that they might go for the throne, and they're headed at least to the tier 4 towers. Breezyar zones away. The Nyx is Invis.
No
The Dire
Ravage.
know he's there. One tier 4 dead. Radiant have 2 defenders. It's Tide and Nyx. AA alive in 5. The core's in 30. Coil hits, but only onto Nyx. Hookshot comes in and Tide will go down and has a buyback. Ascension has been popped. They want the tier 4 tower. The last tier 4 is low, but the beast is even lower. Radiant pursue, but he vitalizes away. Now Breeziar is on the back lines, silencing on 2 as Dire go back to the Tide. Tide, he's once again isolated. Breeziar, though, will jaunt away, so it will be only 1 barracks and a tier 4.
A shard on Night Stalker would be so good, like right now. He could full heal right here. They could look.
Instead, he is under thirst. They know where he is.
They got a tier 4. Radiant has their spells. They're running out. Night Stalker's no buyback, and his ult's cooldown for a bit. Radiant might look for a fight right now. It's a DD.
That is a sizable DD rune for either team. Looks like Nier will grab it. Now it's Flying Nightmare. Rupturing Nier, but Nier still has 2 lives and no care for Bloodright, apparently. So the DD rune won't only do anything, but it means that it will not go to the Bloodseeker either. Radiance, they are congregated up at the Tri-Camp right now.
Yeah, this Night Stalker is really, really hard to play against when he gets level 25. This cooldown reduction on his ult. And he also found a Spell Prism. So it's 1 minute cooldown on his ult, basically, which makes it really hard to take fights against this guy.
Yeah, I mean, nearly like 65% uptime right now on Night Stalker's ulti. It's
crazy.
A lot of uptime.
They might catch this Nyx.
Yeah, Nyx has been caught. He's invis, but not invis enough. Dire pursue all the way to the fountain. Hookshot comes in, and Nyx will go down.
There's no buyback.
Now it's Puck. Jaunting away. Will be fine. It's a 5v4 for the Dire. They head for the buildings. Top range tracks close. Coil's there on 2. Once again, the back lines. Now Breeziar is zoning away and bring down the AA. Millerax going in Ravage on the 3 heroes. Radiant attempt to fight here, but do they have the damage? Nier has returned. He is big and bad and BKB'd, hitting onto the Tide. Tide will attempt to run, but he will lose his life as well. All 3 Radiant heroes have no buyback. It is Kunkka and Bloodseeker against the world in the 2v5. It is nearly impossible, but they will try anyways. Breeziar is now orchided. He'll Eul's himself. AA buys back somehow. The Ice Path comes in. Will hit onto Bloodseeker. Hookshot's there into the fountain. Jinx will lose his life, but the throne, it's just so low, and the throne goes down.
GG.
The Feast of US East. They'll do it.
That was a great game, actually. Dude, what even just happened?
Absolute chaos.
I think Jinx played really well this game, actually, on clock. He, like, pretty much at the start of every fight was catching a support, whether it's Nyx or AA, and, like, just randomly around the map, he killed this Nyx a lot, and delayed this Ags, which I think, I was pretty impressed by that. I mean, I think Radiant, they were playing well for like a big chunk of this game, and then I don't know what happened. They just got caught on like some DD rune and some Night Stalker ults, and Dire was able to make their way back into the game. But it's really exciting. It's a good game.
And look at these grass. These are some fun grass here. You can see Dota Plus was really in the Radiance corner in that mid-game scenario after the key minute 25 or so fights, but then suddenly they lose the fights. But this is this just constant spike me is Radiant Dire, Radiant Dire, Radiant Dire, Radiant Dire. That's a lot of lead changes there.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, this Puck started off with like really rough game also, but I mean, this guy is crazy. Like till 26 minutes, he's going like Witchblade travels Blink. Like at 28 minutes, he gets his Yules, and his Kunkka had like first item Orchid. Like I can't do this. Like when I play Puck, I see someone buying Orchid, I'm like, okay, I go buy Yules now, and like it makes your game feel safer. But like this build he's doing, it allows him to, play more. He's like, I don't know how to describe it. He's like believing in himself, right? Like he thinks he'll just cast his spells and live through the Orchid and stuff, and it lets him do more than if you were just to go for the Yules. So I think he played well the second half of this game, like really well, even after the rough start. So I think that was impressive also.
There was a point in that game he was 0-5-4. Now he is no longer 0-5-4. He is a Dota 2 winner at 9-9-24.
Also, Nier played really well. But, I mean, come on, man, you just hit creeps on Wraith King. Anyone could do that.
No comment. We are...
Radiant also played well. That was a good game, actually. I think, Bloodseeker is an awkward hero, though. I don't really like this. I like Bloodseeker, but I don't really like him right now. It's like you're too reliant on your BKB, and once it's over, it's really hard to play the game. Like occasionally, you'll have the fights where you don't have BKB anymore, but like everyone's 1 HP, and you run around on 1,000 move speed and clean up. But other times, like you're trying to clean up, and you just run in, and like Wraith King stuns you, and they just like click you, and you die.
Well, we are already into an entirely new draft. Weaver, I believe, was actually uncontested last draft. Now, much like the meta would indicate, he has been 5-picked. The bans this game: Skywrath, Huskar, OD, Spearbreaker. So it's... Yep.
Same bans.
Earth Spirit as well. This is definitely 2 uncontested heroes from the last draft. We are on an entirely new game now. Was Bane also unbanned last game?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's crazy that like these really highly valued meta heroes were just completely ungrabbed last game, and now suddenly it's like, oh yeah, these heroes exist. We should probably pick them, shouldn't we? So they just do.
Yeah, these are some cringe heroes. Bane and Weaver are actually cringe. So is Earth Spirit. I don't know, dude. This draft sucks. This Dawnbreaker is interesting, though. I don't know what it is, what it's for.
Yeah, I looked it up. All 4 of these heroes were not picked or banned last game, and lo and behold, they have all shown up. 3 very cringe heroes and Dawnbreaker, who's also kind of cringe.
10 seconds remaining.
This Tide ban is good. I'd do that if I had Bane and maybe not Earth Spirit. The Tide actually really struggled last game. Like we saw like 1 Ravage after the first 10 minutes or something. Like 1 Ravage that they were able to kill some supports. But other than that, the Night Stalker, it's hard to play Tide against, right? Like he sees you and he silences you. He didn't have like a 4-staff or BKB on Tide, so it's really, really tough for him. But he might be on Dawnbreaker this game. I mean, this hero can play like all 5 roles, so I don't know. Could be anywhere.
I'm sure there's somebody on this Team Nara that enjoys just playing Dawnbreaker, and whatever role he plays, they'll get them. And it could be literally anywhere from carry to 5. I mean, you could choose any Dawnbreaker role. You could probably find some pro player in like the Div 1 DPC who's been playing it this season.
Yeah, I think the most successful I've seen it is as a support. You I think Quincy played it, but wait, was it Quincy? I don't remember. But if you pick Nyx against it, it's really sucky. because you just insta-cancel the ult. But if you see both supports like this, then there's no Nyx incoming, so it's cool. And no silencer either. They do ban like these Ursa. There's like 5 carry heroes just got banned, and all of them are like pretty bully, lane bully-ish. Ghost Puck.
And it could mean that we may see an entirely different sort of archetype of offlaner, because really these sort of heroes that are banned right now are the main reason why a number of offlaners are not being picked right now. So with those heroes being banned, perhaps some more underappreciated offlaners will be the choice of either team today.
Yeah. I mean, could just be this Dawnbreaker, but you also could just like put it as a 5 and pick Earthshaker.
Well then, I mean, Dusa was banned out game 1. They're like, you know what, we don't want to play against this Dusa hero, and this game it was not banned. It had been selected 17 pick by Team Nara.
Radiant should go TB right now.
I'm curious. I actually agree with you on this one, but is there a single game where you wouldn't say pick TB here?
Ew. That's the other guy. I've never played this hero in a lads game, though. I'm too scared I'll choke.
The AM's just... It's one of those heroes where when you pick Anti-Mage, it indicates that you want to put the game in your hands. It's one of those heroes where it's really hard for your teammates to win for you when you play Anti-Mage.
I agree. The only problem I have with it is yeah, the game's in my hands, right? But my support like griefs my lane. He's like playing on like 300 ping. Like he griefs, he dies twice in minute 1. It's like I'm playing AM here. I can't do anything, right? If I'm playing TB, my support griefs my lane. I just go hit some neutrals. I'm like level 3. I don't care. I'll hit neutrals, and then I can solo carry the game from there. But I think if AM gets off to a bad start, it can it's just really hard, right? And they don't have great ways to like catch him. Like Shaker's cool, but they don't have great follow up, and no one else has any stuns. So
is Keita still in Japan or no?
Yeah, he's in Japan.
Speaking really from the heart there, 300 ping support grief your lane.
Yeah, but it's okay. That's why I don't pick AM. And this means he trusts his support, you know? That's what I'm seeing here. I don't. No trust. I think Kunkka's a good ban. I mean, they played it last game. He kind of rolled the puck. It's good for catching AM. I think Dire needs a hero to chase the AM, or they need to, like, I don't know, run it down. Pick, like, Lycan. Which doesn't sound good, but those are, like, the 2 ways I think you can go here.
Well, there will be no repeat performance this game on the Night Stalker.
So a lot of offlaners banned also.
You know, a hero wouldn't surprise me that gets picked here? Slardar. I know it sounds a bit weird, but...
Slardar, I mean, it's a classic AM bullier. I haven't really seen the hero. Then Dire should pick TB though. Good against Anti-Mage. And Bane. And her Spirit.
I think that might mess up their roles a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure they can figure it out. I mean, Slardar, I don't know. I think they need a mid unless Dawnbreaker goes mid. Right?
That'll make a lot more sense. I mean, it looks like it'll be Dawnbreaker Shaker.
I should just go Void Spirit, actually. Just go Void Spirit. You can catch AM, you can catch Puck, you can cancel a Bane, and you're like the most broken hero that's ever entered Dota. And you're purple. Like, I don't know. It looks like a good Void Spirit game to me.
Yeah, Void Spirit makes too much sense. I mean, right now, Radiant, they're really winning in the purple heroes department, but you add a Void Spirit and suddenly that's a lot more even. And throw in, say, I don't know, Aghanims on Void Spirit, get that double silence for the Anti-Mage, double silence for the Puck. It's a fantastic Void Spirit game there.
I think Ember's good too, but Ember can't cancel Grip is one thing. unless you go Yules, which you might go out this game, but you don't really want to Yules the guy. So I would lean towards Void Spirit. Both can do good against Puck. They can also feed against Puck, but you have potential saves with this Dawnbreaker and this Weaver. So that's probably the direction I would go. But they're thinking a lot, so I don't know. Big Brood. It's an insane Brood game. Big Lycan.
Yeah, I mean, they have these zoo heroes. You mentioned Lycan Brood. Certainly can work. The Void Spirit is probably the easy answer if they want to go for the more meta standard options. And
Wow. I don't know if I like that.
Okay. It's greedy, this game, right? It's very greedy.
They're just gonna try and run it down at like 25 minutes or something. Like you get I think he's gonna go right click items and you just try and kill the towers. I think that's their idea. But I feel like he might just feed against Puck Earth Spirit. He might just get rolled on. I don't know what offlaners are left here for this last pick against Dusa. I mean, Pango is okay, but you can still get stoned in your roll and just die to these two range cores. I don't know. What else does he play?
I don't think the Beast plays like Batrider or Furion, which would be two other options as well. So
I know he plays like Axe, I'm pretty sure.
He plays Axe, he plays Tiny, but those are not meta selections. And Axe in particular is very bad in the Dusa because you get the split shot targets through the call like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, Centaur is like also trash, but they could run it. Timber maybe, I don't know.
Oh yeah, Brewmaster. Yeah. We forgot about Brewmaster.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't know like what even looks great here. I think that's like a good pick. You can lift Dusa, you can lift SF, you can find this Shaker maybe. Yeah, I mean, Earth Spirit Brew isn't like a great lane. Who's there? It's Dawnbreaker 5, right? Ew, I don't know if I like this actually. Is offlane Shaker? Shaker Weaver, I feel like it might do okay against AM, but AM might also just farm. I think if AM has a good game, Radiant can be okay, but there's also like this timing that Dire's gonna hit where Medusa has like Lance Manta, maybe like Crit or Butterfly, and SF has like Lance BKB, the 15 talent to minus armor the towers. They might just run it down. Both drafts are good though. They're okay. I don't know about offlane Shaker though.
It's a classic. Not quite sure if it's good in the current patch, but it's certainly a classic. If you are just joining us though, welcome to game number 2 of the Feast of US East, the notorious captain team of the Radiants, who won game 1, taking on Team Nara, the Flying and Nightmare captain team of the Dire. My name is Badger. I am joined, much as last game, by Season 7 Last Champion and Portland Burnsiders Terrorblade Extraordinaire, KU, and hopefully we are in for a good game number 2.
Yeah, it should be good. I think one thing about this Shaker is that it's a very non-greedy offlaner, right? And they have two very greedy cores in SF and Medusa. So there's like more space for the 1 and the 2. But you also run the risk of just like falling behind on Shaker. So it'll be interesting.
If nothing else, I like how this team is willing to ignore some of the more standard meta trends. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I like they're willing to think outside the box in that sense.
Yeah. Curious how mid will go this game. Yeah, like SF is like SF versus Puck can go either way, especially with the Earth Spirit, I think it's much scarier for SF than it usually would be.
Ordinarily, Puck would begin the lane out ahead, but eventually you get the raises, you get the Bile, you get the Necromastery, and you'll just have more damage than Puck at some point in the lane.
Yep.
We'll have to see how Breezy R utilizes his current advantage before the advantage is inevitably lost around like minute 2, minute 3. So far, SF's just zoning Breezy R away. This is... We saw last game, good mid lane play from Mr. Lens in game 2 again so far. I'm liking the way he's playing mid this game. What's your thoughts on Nier going for the Overvenomer?
I think this is how you should play AM. So the way AM works is you are thought of as a weak laner, right? Which is true. Like, the more levels you get, you don't really get stronger. But Mana Burn's like a very good laning skill if you can hit him. And it's the easiest to hit him early, right? So if you start with Orb of Venom, level 1, you might be able to hit him some more in the early levels, which you get to like leverage your early power spike. It can backfire though. You don't have as many stats. Some lanes you don't get any value from Orb of Venom if you can't click them. So you have to think about it. But it's offlane Shaker, which he's not very strong early. So I think this Uv is good.
There's like the sort of brawling going on in all 3 of the lanes right now, and I am very concerned I might miss First Blood. I'm very concerned.
I don't think people will die bottom, but this is actually looking really tragic for this AM. I was saying he doesn't have that many stats, and like he can click this guy, but this Shaker is 6 denies. Like he just deny increases W. He's looking a little rough.
Puck grabs both water runes. That's very rough too.
Yeah, this Puck is kind of owning now. This SF dodged the orb, which is actually nice. But he might get bullied here. His bottle isn't even flying on SF, so he might die here.
I think he's dead, yeah. I mean, it's jaunt in, and it's more than enough. Breezy R. First blood drawn. Puck killing Shadow Fiend. Great start to the game there for Breezy R, who... Now bottom lane, we're seeing Shaker being gone on by Nier and Notorious. The damage is slightly lacking, but now AM Bane have been winning the trades very heavily.
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of just trading denies in this bottom lane, which... I don't know how I feel about that. AM almost has a ring. Earth Spirit's porting bottom. This could be big.
Yeah, roll is in, hitting onto Earthshaker. Earthshaker certainly will go down. Question is, will Weaver get away as well? Nier blinks in, bringing down Shaker. Now Weaver has Shikuchi committing in for Notorious, but Shikuchi will end soon. Now goes for Nier's double kill for Schniz on the Weaver. Somehow, some way turns that into a double kill. Now to roll in by Jinx, head in for Weaver. Weaver is low, and Weaver
Kick in one.
will go down to the kick as well, so it's a 2-for-2 trade. Meanwhile, top lane's the Beast being gone on in the 2v1, goes down in the top lane, back to bottom again. Shaker TP's in, but that's a 3-for-2. That's a roll in by Jinx once again, hitting out the Shaker. Shaker has no TP this time if he dies, and now Shaker is on the run. Nightmare available, now used, and Shaker will lose his life as well. It appears in the 1v3. Nier is hitting. Jinx grabs that kill. Chaos in the bottom lane. And a 3-for-3 trade across the map.
So I thought that was pretty okay for Dire. Like this Earth Spirit ports bottom, and like, you know, they both die, but you trade the Brewmaster dying top. But now with the second death on this Shaker, he has no boots. He has to walk all the way back. Now I think it's pretty bad actually, and this AM's gonna get a lot of CS here for free. One thing is this Weaver is gonna be really high level. This guy's like got a double kill. He's getting some XP, so
Sequel mid lane on the Shadow Fiend. The roll will miss. The Shadow Fiend has been kicked back into the puck again. It's Mr. Lenz on the run, but he will not survive there. Breeziar grabs the kill for the second time this game. Meanwhile, top lane somehow, the Beast of US East in the 1v2 on an under-leveled Brewmaster brings down Philly's Dawnbreaker. He may lose his life here, but never mind, he's just too fast. Gets away from Medusa. Over to bottom lane, meanwhile, Nara is forced to blink away from the Shaker and the Weaver combination, but how the hell do you bring down the Dawnbreaker in that 1v2, the Beast? What a player.
No idea. That's insane, actually.
The one kill that I didn't catch is the one that I want to know how it happens.
I mean, yeah, this Shaker is struggling now, and this solo kill like boosts this Brewmaster's game a lot. And
speaking of rolling on in top lane, they committed into the 2v2 fight. Philly stuns onto the Beast of US East, and the Brewmaster who's very low right now. Right flex combo with the Beast is just slightly too tanky. They turn to Jinx, but he too will not die. Meanwhile, bottom lane, the dive is there by Shaker and Weaver. Fissure will hit onto Notorious. Notorious is being committed to the Swarm, gives the vision. As that happens, though, middle lane, Breeziar with another solo kill. Back to bottom lane. Nier attempts to man fight with the Shaker. The blink is up right now if he wants to use it as Weaver scooches away from the chaos. But it's Weaver, who's in the middle of the trees, will go down to Breeziar, the puck, who actually managed to get a double kill thanks to the kill middle lane as well. And he will commit in for YO on the Earthshaker. That was a very ambitious fissure there by him, and it will cost him his life for sure. Nightmare into the right clicks, and it will be a death there on Shaker. Lack of words right now.
Radiant owning, I think?
I think so, yeah, I think so.
I mean, this SF is really sad. Like, I mean, he only got ganked, they get ganked once. He died twice solo. I mean, the first death is, like, really sad. Because once you die once on this SF, and this puck is off to a good start, you know you're gonna get ganked. So, the second death is, like, bound to happen, and you're already behind. So this SF's game is really tough. And then I don't know what happened the third time he died. I used diving top, maybe?
Yeah, he's committing in for Flying Nightmare. Ultimately,
cancelled? Are you a psycho?
Not used, but the TP was cancelled on Beast. Will use Primal Splits. But it's a further dive in looking for Medusa, who's juking in the trees. Philly on Dawnbreaker takes the damage for now. Meanwhile, mid lane, it's a Nightmare into an orb looking for Shadow Fiend. Coil is up but not used quite yet.
Uh-oh.
Back to top lane. Dawnbreaker goes out to mid lane again. Coil submitted on 2. Down goes Mr. Lenz, and now Weaver will attempt to avenge his Shadow Fiend, and he will. Shikuchi brings down the puck. Back to top lane again. The Beast ran away from Dusa, TP'd away back to Bane. He nearly killed the Weaver.
Yo, this Weaver is a level 7. This guy should like start buying a Maelstrom or something, I don't know.
It's time for him to accept that he is the carry now. He must put the team on his back.
She's gonna go Ags. Which, you know, I mean, that's a little cringe.
It is certainly very standard on the Weaver. You see a lot of either Medallion or Vessel into Agadam's Scepter build, so it's what we call a normal build, I suppose, on Sport Weaver in this current patch.
I mean, Shaker, I was talking about how he was having a trash game, but he's top net worth on his team now, so I don't know what that means exactly.
What it means is he has a good bit of money, and perhaps with a blink in the next few minutes he can make some plays for his Dusa and his Shadow Fiend to get their key items.
This SF has double gloves. Casual glove of haste, I guess? Maybe he misbought?
I'm gonna call that one a likely situation, because I'm not sure what else he would do with the extra glove there.
Go on Midas, maybe?
No way. No.
I don't think Midas is good here. I mean, maybe if the Weaver went Midas, that would be good.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I just don't see too many Midases in the current patch right now. I think for good reasons. It's just doesn't really do enough to fight at these key mid game fights. Magnetize was used bottom lane by Jinx on the Y0, but
He almost has Blink on Shaker. This Shaker's game actually is looking pretty good all of a sudden. He kind of got left alone here against AM. The last few minutes, they've been brawling mid on the supports. He was able to catch up. The sport point in Totem, it's like this AM, you actually just like click him twice and he's 300 HP, so it's...
That's a major career snipe there by Sniz on the Weaver. That's the Veil of Jinx now down for... Yeah, that's at our minute half no Veil. And now it's a roll in, attempting on Weaver, but the Chikuchi was there in time. Now Bane's arrived. Times is used by Sniz. And the grip will be there. They're sick of Weaver and his Dota. They will bring him down.
AM did not get the kill. You really want these kills on AM, like any freebies that they
To dive
give
mid lane as well by Breezy R. The Coil was committed to bring down Philly. But yeah, I mean, you mentioned the AM wants the kills, and every bit of gold lane is really important right now.
Just in general on carry, like you want these kills, right? But I think AM in particular, it's more important than your average carry. Like your farming speed like spikes so hard when you get your Battle Fury, right? So any extra gold you can squeeze out matters a lot. And now he's getting bullied out of his jungle. Shaker's porting mid with Blink.
Yeah, Blink Echo Slam is available if they want to go for it. It will be the Blink reveal, I believe. And now, the tower is low. Requiem, Pump Fake, not committed to his Weaver, scouts it out. Fissure will miss.
They just don't have, like, great ways to kill people. I mean, Medusa SF is so, like, trash right now. Like, they don't really do much unless this guy's able to get in range for raises, but...
And they're diving once again.
Yeah.
The roll hits on the
Yeah,
Shadow
let go.
Fiend. Split committed. Solar Guardian the turn, and Shadow Fiend is still
canceled.
barely alive. Requiem not used in time barely, and now it's Mr. Lens dead. Radiance diving for more.
go.
Echo Slam is there, but it's only on for the Bane, and now Shaker is silenced. Shaker is being kited around as the beast returned to his brew form. Coil is there on 3. It's fantastic. Shaker dead. Weaver low. Weaver dead. And Radiance, they are winning the fight. Dawnbreaker down. Flying Nightmare tries to turn the fight around. It'll bring down the Earthshaker, but he's being dove under his tier 2 tower. Glyph is used to try to keep him alive, but it will not work. Flying Nightmare goes down. I believe 5 for 2 trade there. Correction, a 5 for 1 trade there. And a massive team fight win for the Radiance, who fought in the 4v5.
Keen to go back in. He has grip.
Here we go again. It's Breezy R and Notorious looking for the kill, but Dire TP in. Requiem canceled. Breezy R committing. Mr. Lens will be gripped by Notorious. It's now canceled by the Fissure. Mr. Lens will barely die to the earth
Take
damage.
out. Oh no.
It's an absolute disaster right now for the Dire team.
I mean, they're kind of just like getting styled on, and their heroes are like weak. They don't have any damage. Like they have this blink on Shaker, but it's hard to use it. There's not much follow up. Their pos 5 is Dawnbreaker, so his Solar Guardian was good. It kept the SF alive for a long time, but they don't really have damage to follow up. It's hard for SF to cast spells. But they have like 2 gap closers and the Puck and the Earth Spirit, and then the pandas are like running around. So I don't know, like it's really hard to play SF here. But
He's
hey,
just so poor, too. I mean, look at his money. He has no money right now.
this Weaver's farmed. It's okay. He's getting the nags.
I mean, how often do you see a net worth distribution like that where it's just 3 Radiant Heroes, 5 Dire Heroes, 2 Radiant Heroes? It's gotta be a rarity. And Shadow Fiend will die again mid lane. The roll, the veil, the silence, the kick, the jaunt, and the rift. More than enough to bring down Mr. Lens. That's another kill for Breezy R. He is 10-1. As Shadow Fiend now drops to 0-7.
I don't know, dude. I'm not giving this guy Puck. That's
Bottom lane, another kill for the puck. Shaker will dodge the coil, but the roll will be on the mark into Magnetize and Veil. Why-ho. Will fissure, but Breezy R has dodged it.
Oh, this guy's styling.
Is alive for
bonus
now thanks
kill?
to Solar Guardian, and Dire
Oh, he got
will
stunned.
attempt to turn with the Stone Gaze. Jinx will go down as Breezy R brings down Shaker. Breezy R jaunts away, but Philly is pursuing. Breezy R low, has Orb in 3, he should be fine. He will actually turn the Flying Nightmare instead. He now wants Medusa. He has a Bane on the way, but Shadow Fiend is there as well. Breezy R, perhaps this time, he's overextended and overstayed his welcome. The raise misses. The silence comes in, and Breezy R once again somehow gets away. Breezy R! He's out of control right now. Notorious arrives. He might go down, but Dire, they have their eyes on the puck still. Weaver, Shikuti's in on both. South, Pop's puck still alive. He's going in again. He's going in again. He gives it to the Weaver. The Weaver goes down. Breezy R, some way. He's still alive. The TP, is it there in time? And no, it's not. The Echo Slam brings down Breezy R.
It just fissured, but you know, you're sending a message, you're kicking him out. Now you have no echo,
in comes the beast, and in comes Notorious. Grip, Primal Split, both committed. Shaker will go down. For I believe the second time this fight now. That is. Speaking of sending a message, like, alright, if you want to kill our puck, we will get vengeance. That is 25 kills now for the Feast of US East. That's just absolute madness.
Yeah, and all this time, this AM got his Fury. He's just having the whole top side of the map to himself. So, I don't know. It's looking pretty rough for Dire. And this Ags on Brewmaster, 16 minutes in. This is really scary. And he's level 12.
That's going to be a major issue. I mean, this Ags is so powerful. I mean, 2 charges on Primal Split is
looking a little rough.
Is scary, and they smoke, and they immediately find the Weaver, who is evaporated. Now Breezy R, who has Coil, looks for more. He's hasted. Again. Coil still up, not quite used yet, and now will dive tier 2 tower. Fissure hits, but Puck has phase shift. Coil sounds there on 3. Breezy R jaunts away, and Jinx is in. Magnetize pop. In comes Brewmaster. They want these kills. Shadow Fiend low. Split committed. Down goes Shadow Fiend. And the Brewlings head for more. Shaker dead. Medusa in the air. They head for the Dawnbreaker and for the Medusa simultaneously. Metablade brings down Flying Nightmare. Philly under the tier 4 towers will attempt to get away. Will go down here. Godlike streak for the Brewmaster. Now Weaver. Can he salvage the game? I think not. He will hit Brewmaster, but what can he possibly do here? Silence is in on the Weaver. Weaver will barely get away as the entirety of the Radiant TP away on that one. Breezy R will be fine. He will orb, he will jaunt, he will get away quite easily. Never mind, he will not jaunt and still get away quite easily. That's just another... This is... oh, the fissure not even there in time. These fight recaps, they are a stark reminder that Radiant is crushing this game right now. Shadow Fiend's dead again, isn't he?
Oh no.
Yep, he's dead again. Roll, Veil, Silence, Kick, Anti-Mage. Shadow Fiend, dead. For the 9th time this game.
This SF hero sucks.
And speaking of things that are happening a lot this game, it's Puck! Finding another kill onto Sniz's Weaver. He too finds a coil onto Philly's Dawnbreaker. Philly will attempt to get away there with that meteoric hammer. Philly still goes down. Silence hits on Shaker, who's in the middle of a fissure animation, and now Radiant dive the tier 4 tower. Grip is there from Notorious, and Shaker will eventually go down as well. Grip has to end it. Echo Slam is in, but it will not do anything of value. Triple kill for Breezy R, 4 for 0 exchange, and Radiance. I don't think you can stop it at this point.
It's alright. He has Manta and Medusa. It's winnable.
I think he needs a few more items than that. Maybe if he had like a Scotty the Butterfly by now, I'd give Dire better odds, but he does not.
Yeah, I think, well, it wouldn't have mattered all that much, but I would have gone Dragonlance before this Manta. I think just tanking up a little more could make a difference. And if you go Scotty, when I play Medusa and I get anti-mage, I think usually you shouldn't go Scotty. You should, like, Butterfly is good. Just a bigger mana pool makes you and your whole team just die to Mana Void. And Scotty slow doesn't really do anything against AM.
We saw
So
it
it'll
in
be
the last
interesting.
time Dusa died at her tier 3 towers. Mana Void just like one-shot her pretty much. And
Yeah,
you
it's
add a Scotty, it won't get any easier.
Just Puck bottom. Just 1v3.
Yeah, Sword Guardian is committed to attempt to save the Shaker. Shaker, though, is still alive, and now Swarm comes in, it splits the Wickets and Radiance.
Okay.
The Puck will bring down Wyo again, and now Breeziar jaunts away from the Dire, and Dire, they wanted Puck so badly, they did not get Breeziar, and now it will be a third death there. And they want a fourth, they want the Dawnbreaker. They will not find him, it appears, but instead they'll find Medusa. Stone Gaze popped, Nier commits in. He's now stoned, but still wants this kill. Roll from long range will be slightly short, but Radiant are willing to dive this tier 3 tower. Veil once again is there on the mark of Medusa. Medusa will turn with the snakes, but the Radiant commit the dive. Mana Void does a ton of damage. Philly low, Flying Nightmare low, Coil committed, Philly dead, and Shaker has returned. But so has the Beast, who dives with the clap, bringing down Flying Nightmares. Dire, luckily the respawn times are so low they're respawning back into the fight, but it's, as they know it, they've called it.
Okay, they called it. Yeah, these guys got rolled, I don't know.
In Game 1 and Game 2, two very different games. In Game 1 was a very competitive affair, but Game 2 was an absolute beatdown by the Feast of US East.
Yeah, I would ban this guy's Puck. That's my analysis of the situation. He's a menace. Absolute menace.
Maybe after Game 1 they were feeling confident, like, oh, this is Puck, we can deal with the Puck. Turns out, no! You cannot. You've lost. Good day.
Yeah, I mean, I think Radiant played really well this game. Dire, they tried their best, but their draft is like really hard, especially when this Puck has a good start. You got a solo kill, and then you got the gank for him, right? So he's off to a great start, and this SF is struggling. And Dire doesn't really have any playmakers like Shaker when he gets his blink. But even after he got it, like, I don't know, they didn't really get to use it, it seemed like. And Radiant just kind of ran away with the game. SF plus Medusa, they just don't really bring much to the fights. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think? What's your play-by-play analysis of this game? It was fun. It was fun to watch.
You define this entire series and really the duality of Breeziar, where some games he just kind of feeds mercilessly, and some games he just takes over and is best player in the lobby. And we saw Game 1, the first version, Game 2, the second version. And
yeah.
Luckily for the Feast of USC, it's a 2-0 victory and a great start to their season.
Yeah, I mean, they look good. First game was a bit bumpy, but they brought it back. I think Jinx played really well both games, actually. I thought this guy was trash last season, or 2 seasons ago. But I played some in-house with him, and he was owning a few days ago. And he owned both these games, so I'm impressed. Everyone else played well. This Flying Nightmare team played well the first game, but, you know, second game was tough.
Thank you for joining me tonight, KU. Do you have any final words, call-outs, shouts to say to the people of League of Lads and twitch.tv/BadgerPablo?
Yeah. Wait, who am I playing? Nebula? Fake Nebula? New Nebula? Who's my first match? Bing and Chillin? Yeah, Team Bing Chilling is about to get rolled on Saturday.
Actually, you play PayPal us 30k USD before that.
I do. They're
Yeah.
not gonna get rolled though. They're those guys. We don't stand a chance.
Oh.
That's our warm up game. That's our warm up game for the Nebula game.
All right then. But thank you to the viewers for tuning in. I'm going to raid Killer Karate, who is covering the other Lands series of the night. Thank you for watching, though. I will be back for some more Lands action at the latest Saturday 15th for the aforementioned PayPal us 30k USD, the Ultra Gunner Frenzy team taking on a Booba Enthusiasts. Basically, the Sheesh / Step Bro I'm Stuck / No Teddy Core has been together for seasons, now with an addition of Aaron to the team. For now, though, thank you for watching, and as always... Wait. I forgot to say something. If you want to cast your games, cast your tournaments, if you want to hire me in Logical, cast your tournaments, contact me on Discord, badger5713, or on Twitter, twitter.com/badger2. I knew I forgot something, but for now, thank you for watching, and as always, have a great night.